What's gonna happen if I go upstairs?
It'll just yell, I don't know, it'll just yell, bitch. I don't know what to tell you. It'll whisper it at you.
You're right. He's gonna get slapped. No,
But
it's true.
But that's the guy that's the whole reason why we're here. We're a bunch of savages. We don't need to be nice.
True.
So, alright. Based on what's been happening, since we're doing this and we're gonna do this from basically all the time now, what do you expect out of the next like 5 years for yourself?
I just expect not to be, like you said earlier, not to be working for anybody. I just don't do good with that. I don't. I see myself owning like a couple of things, not just one thing. You know what I mean? I get bored easily. We're Sagittariuses. Like, I need to have different things.
Stimulation in a motherfucker.
Like, yeah.
I mean, I already know you well enough to know that you ain't gonna settle, so I know you just gonna be moving. But I mean, the one thing I see is like, we got the group, we got our parties, we got everything else, but we've already expanded towards bigger and better things. So the next step I see for you is, especially since you focus on your business, is why not transfer yourself to getting online and getting these shows right? So this way you got your own like little, do a little makeup thing and do a little like,
Honestly,
how to dress and, show a couple bitches how to actually wear clothes and all of that, because...
that has been in the works. Actually, you know what? I paused. I was supposed to be doing a YouTube thing from years ago.
I mean, we spoke about it, hence why I'm nudging you right now.
Right. Yeah, I made a couple things like my intro, everything, last year sometime in the summertime. I just never got to it because, I don't know, I just didn't have that drive, you know what I mean? And then everybody was trying to get on it. And I'm the type of person when everybody's trying to get on something, it's like, I don't want to.
Well, you're going to have to learn that when people want to jump on something, it's time to capitalize.
Yeah.
It ain't a relaxed thing, but we'll push you towards that a little later.
Yeah.
But I mean, all right. So you hear all the fuck shit that's been going on around the world right now. Like, fucking Trump went and goddamn bombed fucking some other end of the world that he had no business bombing.
Iran.
Fucking no, we know it was Iran, but to all the Iranian people, Canada wants no smoke. Yeah. Just saying that from now. Canada wants no smoke with your shit. We don't need no la and none of that running around here and doing extra work. None of that. My nigga, we good. All I'm saying. But
I agree.
Besides all the fuck shit, what do you think about all the Canadians like basically losing their lives over the fact of an American president doing an illegal action in a foreign country? How does that, the fact that it now affects Canadians and we're not even attached to their war, how does that affect you knowing that now, going across the world as a Canadian, at any moment in time, somebody could just do some fuck shit to you because the Americans are right beside us?
You know, I'm not really big on the politics thing. I don't know. The whole Trump thing, it just angers me altogether. Like, I can't, like... I see even some of your posts when you post about something, certain people are getting at it.
They chirp, they real chirp.
Yeah, about, Trump's doing this and he's doing that and whatever. But you know what? Truthfully, some people can't even see past most of the things that he does. Like, it's not forgivable. But us as Canadians, though, I don't know. It kind of angers me.
I mean, I will say this, though. I'll give one piece of vertical credit to Trump, and this is the only time I'm going to do it. He is a businessman beyond businessman. He understands how to take advantage of the system. So you give him advantage for that. But the problem with capitalism as a whole is that capitalism doesn't have a conscience. So you basically put a serial killer to be in charge of the entire country. You gave a guy with no business conscience a country to run, and he needs a conscience. Do you see the problem with that dichotomy here, people? To me, that's what makes no sense. Y'all expect this man to have empathy for black, brown, and all of the other people when he ain't got no empathy for his own employees.
True. Yeah.
Like how, and the con of the whole thing is that all these old white people or all these people from the Appalachian Mountain region and all of these people who thought that he was going to come to their rescue, they don't seem to realize that they the ones he gonna take advantage of the most. Like, all these broke, like, I'll give you a scenario. If you broke, and you come to me, and I'm rich, you expect me to help you because I'm rich, right? To some degree. You hope, not even that, you will hope that I would help you, right?
Yeah.
But nah, nigga, that's not how it works. This is how capitalism works. I'm rich, you rich. We take advantage of the broke motherfucker over there. That's capitalism. As a whole, you never give advantage to the disenfranchised. Why? Because now you have somebody else to compete with. What is the point? What is the point of trying to make broke people rich when you're taking advantage of them? That's literally creating a power base that you now have to fight. That don't make no sense. So the fact that white people or, older people think that a guy like Trump is going to come to their rescue is a joke to me. Like, he more going to come to, like, Michael Jordan's rescue. He going to come to some rich niggas' rescue before he comes to them. Like, Dave Chappelle made it right. Like, he going to make their lives better. Like, all the rappers who get millions of dollars, he going to make their lives better. All the NBA players who got money, he making their lives better. But the poor dude who working in the middle of a mine or some shit like that, he is not coming to your rescue, bro.
Yeah. So, well... I can't... The way Andrew describes things is like, okay.
I don't know, maybe I'm just a weirdo. I see things differently.
No, I respect how you view things. I like it.
It's just, for me...
Just I don't do politics.
Well, politics is the way we live. I don't necessarily think that it's a thing. It's just because you got a bunch of fucking shadowy assholes telling you what to do with your life, and you don't get to make the decision. That to me is some fucked up shit.
It is.
But, I mean, bypass all that shit. What's the next step for you? Are you going to be doing any more big ass parties? Are you going to be doing some fashion shit? Like, what's the next big ass step for Tia?
Well, my big step is to just, start I am a medical esthetician, so...
Hold on. Clarify that one for all the black people in the building who don't know what the fuck an esthetician is. Too many syllables.
A medical esthetician is somebody who does like facials, chemical peels, laser hair removal, all that type of stuff.
Oh shit! So in the hood we call you a beautyist. Okay, all right. We gonna move. All right.
Beautyist.
Yeah, we just put a couple of extra analogies on top of shit. Like, we as Jamaicans don't be like trying to do esthetician or breasthetician or none of that blood clot.
Did you mean a beautician?
Even beautician, we ain't even use. That's an American word. That's what we're trying to say there. We don't use that term. That's an American word. Beautician, that's some North American shit.
Oh goodness. Well, okay. I am.
Air coat that shit. Yep, that do it. Air coat it.
Look. Anyways, so I am planning to do that, but my plan is to get this business going and have people work for me so that I can continue to do other things. And something in my life has to involve traveling. I'm just meant to do that.
Fam, don't even tell, because I know the bug. Been trying to get back on the road forever, and I don't know what. Yo, my passport is so light right now. so light right now. Back in the day when I was like 16, 17, that shit had heavy stamps. Now they don't even give out stamps. That's the most annoying shit ever.
What do they even give out stamps for?
No, okay, back in the day, they used to bang your passport, so at least when you could look back on it and see all the places you've ever been throughout the years. The passport stamp used to have the time, sorry, not the time, it used to have the date, the country you traveled to, and the region of where you were. Because multiple.
When you're coming back to?
No, that would be a second stamp, because when you went back, you got a Canadian stamp or where you left. Now they don't even do that shit. Attention. So it's like your ass don't even know. Like, you can have a whole book and been to a million countries and never know.
Yeah, basically, I just know when it's expired. Time to get a new one. Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, the life of a woman that looks good. They don't have to worry about shit.
Oh my god, that's not true. Anyways, yeah, it is. No.
Yo, hold up. Let's pause that one for a minute. For the first time in history, a woman admitted to fuckery. God damn, can we just get a fucking amen from the back for that one? God damn it. Hey, fucking man.
I'm not gonna lie about it. But yeah, I'm just really I really want to do this YouTube thing because I know it could take off. I know it could.
I mean, come on. You on the Saggy Savage show? Like, you know, you the Saggy, I'm a Saggy, and we both savages. That's why the goddamn show's called Saggy Savage.
I like it. Wait, we just had an interesting topic that you brought up. I switched my profile picture.
Yes, please. Can we get to that? Because niggas is thirsty out there and they be blowing her shit up. That's all I'm gonna say.
So I was saying before we started filming that why is it every time I change my portfolio, my profile picture, that people come out the woodworks that I haven't talked to in so long? We could be enemies, and then you just come out and be like, "Hey, what's up?" You know that's my face.
Because
I'm just like,
because your enemy at some point in time gets hard and is looking at the picture like, "Hey." That's what the fuck happened. That's all it is. Even if it's a bitch you don't like. That's all I'm saying. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yo, even a lollipop needs to get licked twice a day.
Wow. Anyways, I don't know. I feel like I'm different from other girls though. Like other girls like that attention. But me, I'm just like, why?
All right, I'm gonna give you a little scenario here that you haven't realized about yourself. Okay, men, we don't get the notion. From when we were younger, nobody liked us. Nobody looked at us ever. Nobody gave a shit about us. Even when a nigga got abs and did all that extra shit, nobody gave a shit. Here's the thing. You know when a nigga got some clout with women? Money. The second we got a few dollars in our pocket, or the second we decided to put on the flyest suit or the nicest ride, it was when somebody paid attention to us. Now, I'm going to give you the secret for women. They started paying attention to you the second puberty kicked in. That little thing called boobs and ass was your gateway to everything you've ever needed your entire life. The second you got boobs, guess what happened? Every nigga that was inside the class that used to push you down or used to never talk to you, all of a sudden became your friend and was nice as fuck. When you got some ass, every black kid that you had ever seen in your entire life that would made fun of you or made fun of your weave started to look and go, hey.
Not true. I didn't have titties till I was 19.
Well, shit, you bloomed late. That wasn't goddamn your fault. That was nature.
I still got attention. What do you mean?
But that's what I'm trying to say. You got a little bit of glow up. I get you when you turned 19. The glow up was serious, though.
Kind of was.
Don't be bullshitting. You know the truth. You was wearing halter tops and low cuts and all that shit to make everybody new. Look, I got titties.
It's true.
I got titties. That was the whole fucking dance back in the day. You knew it.
It's true.
Every nigga knows that girl in their neighborhood that we all started out looking at when she was like 12, 14. We were 12 or 14. She had nothing. Then all of a sudden she came out. The training bra came off, and all of a sudden you can see a nipple, and that bitch had a pair of D's. Woo! The whole hood just got happy.
Oh my god, that just brought something to my attention actually.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
I never liked guys that other girls really liked. I'm not, does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, I don't like guys, that every girl likes. It just makes me not attracted to them.
I'm gonna give you a piece of a little thing about yourself. You don't like competition. You don't like no other bitch in your circle. You don't like no other person near to you. You don't even like a motherfucker looking in your direction if you ain't into it. So the fact that
that's
you
true,
ain't,
but not competitions with girls. I don't care about girls.
I'm not talking about competition that way, like you gotta be the baddest bitch in the room. I mean competition in the sense that if you got a nigga, you don't want him to have any other attention other than you. That's competing for your attention. So therefore, bye.
Yeah, that's
true.
It. I mean, but that's
like nigga, goodbye. If you give me half attention, bye.
That's with everyone, unless you swing that way or you have open relationships.
Swing low, sweet chariot.
But yeah. And it's always the good-looking dudes who just fuck the ugliest bitches. Like, but
I'm gonna give you a little secret to that. not all niggas was always getting attention. So guess what? Here's the thing you gonna learn about. Every once in a while, niggas take down something that is not in their goddamn range of hunting skill or below their hunting skill just to make sure the knife is sharp. Just every once in a while. Just every once in a while. You in the club, you a little fucked up, she a little juiced up, you think to yourself, I could go home. But you know what?
I heard ugly girls got the best pussy though. That's what.
Do they? Yo, fat women and ugly bitches got the best pussy on the planet. I will tell you that from experience, just for the simple fact that they get the wet. They don't know when another nigga is gonna intrude there. So they are giving you splash waterfalls from day and enter one. From stroke one, they giving you wet.
I think if I was a guy, I would try out some fat girls because it just seems like they got like some gushy
I'm
shit.
telling you. Yo, nothing under the sun is warmer and juicier than a muffin top. Let that be the quote of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Let that be the quote of the day.
Oh my god! I'm crying. Oh shit!
No, this whole fucking segment was sponsored by Wet Wipes. God damn it! Cause some shit just got sprayed. Fuck.
Oh my
In a partner with Pampers for all good cleanup.
god! Oh my god! But like, I'm just trying to figure out. So right when you said muffin top, I just like imagined the force of the thrust. Like, there must be extra farting.
No. I don't even think it's the extra force.
And you know what? Hold on. I don't have anything. I'm not a fat shamer. I'm chubby myself. But I don't, like, when I say certain things like that, I mean, like, I literally think about that. Like, there's a whole lot of air.
No. What you gotta realize is that there's a whole lot of extra love handle on the extra sides, and from the one side to the next side. Like, all right, picture this. When you put your hand in the Play-Doh, right? Like, you know Play-Doh and all that other shit?
Yeah.
You notice how the top of the Play-Doh starts folding into your finger? Same thing. When you slide in, all that extra meat just goes in on itself.
What?
So you get that extra tight wet. God damn it. You don't even know. Talk to a man about this experience. I can give you details and descriptions.
Do you feel that? Or
Oh yeah, what the fuck you mean? Bitch, the greatest sound, two sounds a woman's body and a woman could ever make in the entire world is and
what the hell is
means there is no air left in you, and I am all that is in there.
Wait, I really need to understand this.
Yeah, that means I am in your throat and there's nothing in left. There is no air. There is no that is you letting me know there is nothing left but me. Yep.
Okay, and also the.
Yep. That means I'm pushing everything out, the air included. That means I have reached the back and I have let all air know that this is a warning. You need to exit the building.
So I noticed a lot of men.
Biggie verse. This is a warning.
I noticed a lot of men, believe it or not, do not know what causes a queef sound.
Oh, we know. We just don't give a shit.
No, but some men are just like, that's gross. Well, you're the one.
Oh, no, that's immature. No. That's some immature, moronic niggas.
Right.
For the real niggas who love stroke game, we know exactly what the fuck we doing. We pumping all the way out to pump it all the way back in to let us know that we just shoved some air in you.
It's not just that, too. You see, when you're from... You see, videos like this need to go in the group.
That's exactly what... Don't worry. That's what we good for. We got all of it, so we can
and then when you're from the back and then you spread out the cheeks and you're ready to go in, all you hear is...
You know, that's my favorite. Hey, yeah.
You go in.
Hey, watch your man in the background right now. Look at his face. That's his favorite sound right there. That's our shit right there. Woohoo! It's a me, Mario. Like when that nigga was about to come through the tunnel.
Where's the bathroom again? Oh my god.
Up the stairs, you can't miss it.
The nigga alarm's gonna go off.
Yeah, it is. Just remember, you light skinned. It'll do a half line.
Oh my gosh. I'm sweating. Still on the muffin top, sir.
Still on the muffin top still. I mean, we haven't left that one yet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but muffin top got good pussy. I'm just telling you. If you don't know, get you a muffin top and you'll see. Like, it's pretty easy. Like, I'll tell you right now. All jokes aside. Real women got the best pussy on the planet. Because fake bitches spend far too much time working on vanity muscle. And real women got good pussy because they spend more of the time pleasing their men. It's pretty fucking simple. All them girls with the hardest bodies in the world and doing all that shit extra, I guarantee you, most of the men or most of the women that are in their lives, to some degree, they spend more time working on their body than their relationship.
Oh, of course.
And that's 90% of the problem why a lot of those successful and high-end people go from relationship to the relationship trying to find something. And then they end up with some fat chick from New Orleans because the bitch can cook. She can hammer out some greens. And she got that wet in the muffin top, so you know a nigga gonna stay. As long as she never hits the public eye, he gonna come back. Keep going back to that ass every fucking week, and you know it. Like, every one of them successful nigga got a side bitch right now that's probably chubby as shit and can hook a green plate up like a motherfucker.
That's true. That's true.
Like, so shout out to all you girls right now that got good pussy and good greens. Because you keeping the world running. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to good pussy and good greens.
And you know what? Shout out to the girls who look good and that can actually cook.
Yo, oh my god, fire. Yo.
Actually satisfy their men.
Facts, because that is a hard goddamn job.
There's
right
in-betweeners. There are.
No, we got a scale for that.
What's the scale?
Alright. If there was a bar graph right here, like if the line was like this, okay, you got normal chicks like 0 to average right down here. Mm-hmm. You got hot all the way up here, and then you have a progressive scale of crazy on the other side of it. The progressive scale of crazy means that if she's a fucking 10 crazy, she's usually a 10 hot.
Okay.
So the crazier the bitch is, the hotter she is. Because the less goddamn things she has had told no her entire life. So everybody has literally been placating her entire life. So therefore, she's become more crazily vain about herself. This is how men think. I'm just giving you the breakdown. I'm not telling you this is how all men think. I'm just telling you how my mind works. I look at it, it's from a 10 to 10 crazy scale. What niggas is looking for is a fucking 7 good looks and a fucking 6 to 7 crazy. Meaning that her craziness is not all the way fucked up, but her beauty cancels the fucking crazy out. Because you can just look at her and be like, oh, you fine as fuck, but you a little crazy. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't all the way crazy as fuck. Like, you probably like a 8, 7. You probably an 8 in looks and probably a 7 or 6 in crazy. I'm gonna look at your man right now and he gonna tell me if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, there you go. You know I'm right.
No, you got something to say?
No, you don't need to say it. Woman, I know you crazy.
I don't agree.
Not to
me.
That's not for you
not
to apply.
Me. I mean, I feel like there are females who are at 0, right? That are still fucking crazy. Because if they're at 0, they're going to constantly think that you're out there getting a 10, 8, and 10, 9, 10.
Yeah, I never said that the scale doesn't apply. I never say that the scale doesn't move between random numbers. I just said that we have a scale for this. The perfect scale for a man is about a 7 to 7 ratio. Now, you have girls that are fucking 9 hot as shit and 2 non-crazy. But that's a fucking unicorn. You don't see those ever. Like, ever, nigga. That's like out in the middle of Perskupskin, Alaska or some shit. Like, that bitch came from Zimbabwe or, like, she was raised in an African tribe or some shit. Like, that is not normal. You don't see those women. They do exist, but we just don't see them. I'm sure women got ways of rating niggas, like his worth ethic versus his stroking. Because I know a bunch of niggas who ain't got no worth ethic at all, but that nigga will fuck the shit out you.
We were just having this conversation.
So, like, there is the same ratio you can apply to men. There's some niggas with crazy worth ethic, but no dick game. Why? You know how? Because guess what? When I was 17 and 18, I was fucking most of their women.
I don't know. I think for us, our scale has a lot more than what you guys have.
That's true.
Ours has like, you know.
Yeah, break it down. What's like, what is the potential to like women's heart? Like, is it the fact that, because we know money is a piece of it, and we know like protection is a piece of it, but like, what's the real shit that y'all actually looking for these days? Because that's why a lot of these niggas is gay, because they don't know. They trying to figure it out, but like they getting so confused about the metros that I want you to listen to me, and then when this nigga started listening and doing all this shit, you're gay. So it's like, which one do you want? Could you please give us a tutorial on what the fuck a woman is in a woman's brain, if you could, please?
Okay, well, this is kind of hard for me because, you know, I don't really think entirely like a female.
That's why you know they crazy.
People that know me know this, so I don't know if I speak for all females, but when they say that we're confused as fuck, it's true. It's so true. We want this, but we don't want this, but we want this. Like, if we could have everything perfect, there would be a good balance between, yeah, your work ethic, your dick size, not just dick size, sorry, but the way you perform.
That's why I said stroke game. That's all encompassing.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Stroke game.
Yeah. And, you know, just how you treat us as a female, feelings-wise, because, you know, we're a little bit more emotional. Actually, let me just bring up this point.
Lord.
We are not that as emotional as you think. I think that men these days are a little bit more emotional than we are.
Pause that one for a second.
I'm the only female in the room, so
yeah,
you know
no. Pause that one for a second. Okay, the reason why I say pause on that one is because maybe because you ain't like every other average female. But my moderator back there can give you stories about dating, or not even dating women, and having they crazy ass call and ask him for random ass goddamn times and conversations, and why are you not listening to me? And why are you not taking care?
There's guys who do that now, man.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not even exclusive to women.
Thank you.
But that's my whole point, though, is that these motherfuckers nowadays are trying to compete with the girls because they don't know what the fuck women want. They think that women want some sensitive-ass chichiman who is going to be sitting beside them, watching them love book movies and going through all that extra shit, but at the same time has enough balls and testosterone to punch a motherfucker out who walks beside them. I'm sorry, that don't apply. You can either have the alpha male or you can either have the bitch. It don't work either way.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you gotta realize about men. We're not geared to be, like, half and half. There are dudes who are that way, and God bless them for the upbringing that they had. But for most men, we're geared centrally one or two ways. Like most Jamaicans, we're geared to be jealous. Why? Because that's our entire goddamn upbringing. From we come out the womb, if you're not fuck punani, you're not nothing. If you're not talk to girl, you're not nothing. You don't have an ex-woman, you're not nothing. You know the one question I ask every single time I walk in Jamaica is? How comes I only one youth you have? My number one question. How comes I only one youth you have? Not the fact that congratulations, nigga, how's your kid doing? How's life? You know, you've been with the same woman forever. No! How comes I only one woman you have, and how comes I only one youth you have, my youth? I slack, yeah, slack. You know, no jacket out there, walk on.
Oh my gosh.
So, that's what I'm saying. That's the pressure us men have been under since the conception of time. Is to either be protectors or literally be the dominators of the planet. We don't get the chance to be the sensitive guy because the sensitive guy gets eaten up alive. You want to know why I know that? Because we all started out sensitive. Mm-hmm. Every single dude in this room was raised by his mother, and every single dude on this planet had a sensitive side before he ran into that savage woman that tore him apart. And that savage woman turned him into the monster he is today. And I've said this before. If you really got an issue with the dude you with, blame the chick before you. Because she taught him everything he knows about relationships. Your mom, okay, I'll break it down to you. As a man, your mother teaches you how to handle your relationships. The relationship with your mother and your father is the relationship every man is looking for to some degree. Because that is the only pair of understanding that he has to know what a relationship is. The way his father treats his mother and the way his mother allows herself to be treated by that man. Mm-hmm. That literally precurves every single central nervous system that we have in our brains. It hardwires us to search for that relationship and that relationship only. Right? Yes. Okay. I'm not talking about women because I don't know nothing about women. Pardon me for a second while I got to take a call from my woman. Hey, babe. Hey, what's going on?
Podcast and leave your ringer on.
Yeah. What time is it now? Oh, yeah, I told you. I'd be done by 6 because we just got back here. We literally got in and I had to clear the driveway before I left. I didn't get out of there until like literally 4 or something, almost 4:45. No, sorry, 4:45. Yes, it did. Okay, I'm in the middle of a podcast. I will call you back. All right, bye. All right, bye. Yeah.
The podcast is Stephanie says see you later, so mind what you say.
Nigga, when have I ever minded what I said? She's gonna drop kick me anyway. What the fuck you mean? Nigga, live by the sword or die by it. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna get cut regardless.
Well, all I gotta say is I hope your dog house has eating. That's what I'm saying. It's cold outside.
Yeah, what you mean? I ain't never spent a night outside of my entire life. I'll spend a night on the couch, but ain't none outside, motherfucker. What do you think this is? I'm a Jamaican.
She's never
fuck
had
this
evidence.
Shit. Nigga, I got the keys. Fuck all that shit. Rule number 1, men, if you ever gonna fight, make sure you got all the keys in your house and they can't change that motherfucking locks without you. Rule number 1. And don't move in with no woman, goddammit. Stop that shit for 2020, please. Like, make a bitch move in with you. Go get a nicer apartment. Go get an apartment with a bitch. Don't ever move in with a woman. Because at some point in time, she will turn around and say to you, get out of my house. And nothing, ain't nothing, and I repeat, nothing worse to a male ego than hearing, get out of my house.
And women don't move in with men. Because nothing's worse than them telling you what they did for you or what they provided for you, and then you gotta get the fuck out.
But that's the truth, though. Women, get your hustle up, and men, don't be moving in with these chicks trying to fucking live off of them. Because at the end of the day, let's be real. If you a leech, you a leech. Male or female. Ain't no question about that. If you ain't providing your own shit or you ain't putting in, guess what? At the end of the day, you just there for a body to fuck. And at the end of the day, ain't nobody want that. We're gonna move on from you pretty quick. The difference is that if you got something to provide and the other person got something to provide, that's called building a relationship. The Pyramid of Giza wasn't built in a motherfucking day by some people just who thought about that shit. They put in some hard motherfucking work and guess what? Years later, a pyramid appeared. You don't put in the foundational work, guess what? Ain't nothing going to appear. That's just the goddamn narrative of that. A lot of people expect in a relationship that they just gonna show the fuck up together, post some likes and post some fucking pictures on Instagram, and fuck, we gonna be together forever. Fuck that shit. That's why none of you millennium motherfuckers know about goddamn what love is. You spend half your fucking time worrying about clickbait than you worried about what being in a relationship is. That's just a piece of game for you. If you really want to know what love is, put your fucking phone down, take your girl out, and fuck her like you mean it. Like, I mean for real, dog. Take her out, actually have a conversation with the chick, learn what she wants out of life, and actually fuck her like you mean it. Don't give her half the dick, give her the whole motherfucking dick and nothing but the dick. Give her some long stroke that she will remember for the rest of her motherfucking life. Like some shit that in the middle of an argument, she's like, I would fucking leave, but ooh! You know what that ooh meant? You know what that fucking ooh meant? That ooh meant you were in her spirit, nigga. You punctured her goddamn heart with that dick and you will forever be there. That is the objectivity of a man, ladies and gentlemen, is to make sure that you're permanently remembered. Throughout seed or through virtue. One or the other. You should be remembered because that's the only thing men control. Is the legacy of memory that we have and we leave on this world. Women control the ability of carrying legacy. They control the narrative of the story being told. Why? Because they usually 90% of the time outlive us.
Wow. Is that how you guys think?
If you really think about it, a woman carries all of the genetic line. I learned this actually a couple weeks ago. All of the genetic line inside of your body's DNA is carried by your mother.
I actually heard this on a show yesterday.
Yeah. None of it's carried by your father. All your father carries is the lineage of his grandfathers and his grandfathers before him. He doesn't carry anything from the mother. Your mom is the only person that carries DNA from the father and from the mother's side. So the entire history of a human being is always written in a woman. You are the history of the world.
That made me feel nice.
Don't ever forget it. It's the one thing it's the beauty of the whole thing. It's one thing I wish all y'all females would learn, is to learn how to use the God-given feminine ways that were put on this planet for you. Like, you ain't got to be men. Bet your eyes. Fuck, smile at a nigga. Shit, you'll get far more goddamn shit from us than with that.
I gotta ask you a question.
What's good?
So, we know nowadays in relationships, 90%. Okay, you know what? I don't know. I don't know the statistics, but
It don't matter.
people cheat on people.
Mm.
Okay? So, what do you think about these people who are having open relationships? No, first, let me touch on this first.
Okay.
If you were to have a threesome, right? Where do you think that would end up for you?
In
and
past
what
experiences,
benefits and what...
I have had one,
pros
and I
and
can
cons?
give I can give you the breakdown of the whole thing. I have had one, and I've had 2 or 3 in my life, and I can give you the benefits and the great things. First off, gentlemen, a threesome is a lot of motherfucking work. That's the first thing you need to realize. It is not all fun and games as everybody thought from the porns. It's not. It's a lot of motherfucking work. 2, especially if it's 2 women, because I don't know about the 2 dudes thing. That's a train, but I ain't never been in that. That's a train. I ain't never been in that part of the experience. I ain't never been to a bar to hoo-hoo. I ain't never been to one of those.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying. Now, threesome, that's a lot of goddamn work. That's the first thing you're going to learn, gentlemen, is that it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to please 2 women. Especially 2 women. If they're into each other, it's easier. Why? Because then they'll do some shit while you in the back trying to get your shit right.
That makes sense.
Because if you into 2 chicks that are just into you, nigga, you have a lot of mother effing work to do. Your hand is gonna be so fucking tired. Like this shit right here, nigga. This shit right here, nigga. Trying to do it to 2 women at the same time, nigga. The whole time. And guess what? Both of them ain't gonna come at the same time, nigga. So you think you done with one, and then you gotta go to the other one and put in just as much work. So, that's the first thing you're going to know, is that it's a lot of fucking work. That's the first thing you should know, is that a lot of work. And the second thing is, it has its benefits if you are, okay, in open relationships, from what I've learned, is that they don't always work. I've learned that in the end, people who are in open relationships are missing something from the other person that they're getting from other people. And eventually, they end up finding that thing they're missing from another person and then leaving to go with that other person.
Right.
That's the one thing I've learned. But I have seen open relationships work because both people come into the situation knowing that they're damaged.
Right.
They both know that they're damaged, and they both know they'll never be committable to each other. So they know that, and they know that they'd rather be committed to somebody else that loves them and know that somebody's going to take care of them in their old age, but still accept them for the fuck up that they are. So therefore, they'll allow them to be continuously, like, a lot of damage, like, I've realized that a lot of damaged women go, like, a lot of damaged people go into, like, the porn industry or the sex industry. As a whole, the reason why the sex industry is made up of so many damaged people is because that trauma that you experience now becomes the only way you feel release. So now you go to the one thing that has caused you trauma over and over and over and over again to find some form of release. How can you do that in a relationship?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You got to think about it as a breakdown. Some people, and I only use this as like I use this as a very narrow scope of it, but some people go through damaging times, understand that that's a part of them, and then try to recreate that same damage every day of their life to try and feel something. Because that's the only way they're going to feel anything anymore, because the last thing they remember was that damaged pain they felt. So they keep revisiting that over and over and over again. It's like when you hear a woman who can't leave a house when she gets her ass whooped. She has enough sense to call the cops. There's enough things out there that'll help her. But she feels trapped because that's the only thing she knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like dudes who are in a relationship with a woman he can't stand. He's been there every single day, waking up, going to work, killing himself, 18 hours, 12 hours, don't get no dinner at home, nothing's cooked for him. He walks in every single day, hating the relationship he's with. But yet, He stays there. Only thing he knows.
It's that comfort.
It's not even comfort. It's that familiarity.
But a lot of it is comfort. Like, okay, I seen this meme. I know it's kind of off topic, but it's kind of stuff.
Hey, we off topic the whole show.
For real. That Toronto rent has people still in relationships that was over years ago.
Facts though. Facts though. I know some niggas in Rexdale that have been living in Rexdale their whole entire life because guess what? They can't get out of their girl's house.
Yeah, it's true. It's sad, and it's true.
And don't get it twisted. I know some baby mamas in Oshawa and certain other places that can't get out because their baby father paid the rent.
Right. Yeah.
So it just depends on the dichotomy of the situation you're in. Not all things are simple. Like, people get into situations because the situation happens and then they won't have any direction in their life to change it. Like, it's a sea. I think about every situation as like a sea. You jump in the ocean, right? Mm-hmm. You think you got all the things necessary to fucking do everything. Then all of a sudden this big fucking wave comes up and washes your boat over. What the fuck do you do? Because you can't swim now. You can't dive down. All you can do is hold on to that wreck of a fucking boat and ride that wave and hope to God it takes you somewhere.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay. Like a wreck in the ocean, baby. Hey, I'm a nigga philosopher. Sometimes I got something. Philosopher. Like, I'm trying to find a good word for it. You know, you can only sound so fucking niggerishly smart. I don't know what to tell you.
Knee slapper.
Like, facts. I'm just saying, there's only so much you can do about your relationship until you want to change it. You can be in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship, or you can get the fuck out of one. And the difference is, like, the reason why me and you are savages is because, let's just be honest, we don't hold our tongue.
This is true.
Part of the reasons why my wife always gets annoyed the fuck out of me is because I've never once, like, just sat back and, like, you know, held what I had. Like, you were like I said, I put a post saying, like, just leave me alone in my ratchetness. And what the fuck did she tag underneath it? Tia, what did she say?
I said I support it.
And what did my wife say right underneath that?
She said that she was telling him Tia doesn't know. Tia doesn't know the real. I was like, you're right. You gotta live with it every day.
So the thing is, I'd probably say the same thing to your man though. I support the fuck out of you with whatever the fuck you do, but sometimes that nigga probably in the back going, God damn.
Oh my, you don't even.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
No,
I don't even know. That's the real shit.
Maybe because of him is why I'm so reserved now. See, with you guys, it's different when we're alone with each other and we're like, you know, talking, shooting the shit, whatever. I'm just regular Tia, but I feel like I'm just a little bit reserved around him because sometimes, you know, I can get real.
You got to tell me I got the same button.
Yeah. And so, you know, sometimes you just gotta fall back.
Woosah the fuck out the situation.
This is me reserved right now. Ask Andrew because I promise you in other videos to come.
Nigga, let me tell you.
No.
Don't even trip. I'm telling you, with the hands and everything, fam. With the hands and everything. You ain't never seen a Jamaican black chick go wild until you piss one off when they drunk. That's all I'm saying.
I am also, you know, mixed with another thing, and yeah.
Just clarify. Don't call it a thing. Could you please clarify?
Okay. My father is Guyanese.
Scunty.
And you know them when they drink.
Lord have mercy. I've witnessed your father drunk. It's awesome. just saying. Just saying. Shout out to Pops.
Yeah, but anyway.
I've also been with your mama while she's drunk. Walk on, mama. You shit.
Oh, that lady.
I understand where the combination comes from because your mother and father are the perfect combination of righteous and ratchet.
You know what? Yeah.
They are the perfect combination of righteous and ratchet. Your father is ratchet as shit, and your mother is righteous as hell. But at any point in time, they can switch roles. Play with Tia Mama and see what the hell if a ratchet woman don't come out and kill you.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Ugh. Well, what's going on in your life?
Well, me, I'm kind of all over the place as usual. Trying to quit my job, trying to work my ass off into doing this shit every single day because I think God put a voice that, I don't know. I wake up every day with these like visions of grandeur. Like I think about 10 to 15 years in the future and I see myself doing bigger shit than I'm doing right now. And I see it all coming from the power of like this big ass mouth of mine. Like as much as I give myself shit about the things I talk about and as much as like people say, but it's what my greatest power is. Like my ability to think, my ability to take myself out of topics, my ability to talk out of anything. Like shit, I can sell ice water to a penguin. Like it ain't even a question.
That's true.
It's just I gotta figure out the right things to do and the right things to put my energy towards, and I think that's why I'm spending the next 2 years putting every little bit of energy into myself rather than the other things.
Yeah.
It's just a growth in life, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of all over the place. I'm just like, I want to do this. I want to do that. I don't like routine. It drives me nuts. It drives me insane. Like, I battle with that every day.
Yeah, but you're a creative. That's what the battle is.
You're so smart. I never thought of that.
That's what the
That's
battle
true.
is. You're creative.
It's true.
Your experience is to wake up every day and trying to create something new rather than live the experience of somebody who just wants to live. There are other people. There are two type of personalities. There's the one person that wants to wake up every day and have his whole entire life ironed out for him, so he doesn't have to think. He knows what he's gonna wear. He knows what he's gonna put on. He knows how he's gonna get there. He knows the route he's gonna take. And then there's people like me who don't mind taking a scenic route. We gonna get to the same place, bro. But the difference is, my timing ain't the same as yours. I don't give a shit if it takes a little bit longer, if it takes a little bit, or if I get there faster. To me, it's about the experience, not where we're going.
Right. I like that.
That's just it is. That's what it is for us as creatives. We can take a map of the world and throw a dart at it, but the journey ain't gonna be. The journey don't begin until we get in the car. To some people, the journey begins when they get there. Mm-hmm. The journey to us begins when we get in the car.
Yeah.
How many times we at the bus station? How much fucked up dumb shit can we do? How many retarded things can we say before we get there? Like how many motherfuckers? Like you invent. Like I swear to God, the game Punch Buggy was invented by a creative motherfucker because he was bored in a car. Everything that you got in your entire life was invented by a creative person. The rest of it, the cogs, the pieces that make it work, are meant by the busy bee workers. But the actual things that you are invented, like the cameras and the fucking like Star Trek, like fuck, do you know how much shit Star Trek invented? From one creative motherfucking mind. Do you know how much goddamn people he inspired? Like the cell phone, your ability to microwave food, like the like 90% of the shit that we have in modern day technology came from that fucking show.
I didn't know.
If you really think about it, yeah. Because the flip phone, all of it, communicator.
I thought Star Treks were for geeks.
It was. But that's the thing, every single geek now, y'all motherfuckers work for us. That's the difference between it. All the geeks that were back in the day now run everything. Because they were the creatives. They're the ones that spent their ass in their house being weird as shit and thinking of every little thing and every little detail to get it right. Whereas everybody else wanted to be cool. We wanted to create some shit.
That's a good way to look at it.
Think about it right now. Every kid that you know in high school, the fuck are they doing? Boring as shit, ain't they?
Yes. Yes.
Every one of these motherfuckers is boring as shit.
Oh my God.
Like if I go through my high school yearbook right now and I start flicking through, there's only like 3 or 4 dudes with life that I go, damn, you got one, homie. Shout out to my boy Eric Hully, because he's the only one really from my high school doing some real shit. I keep up with most of my high school friends. Like I check in on them, I look in on them, like the ones that were real to me. And like a good amount of them motherfuckers is just working fucking everyday schlubs, just trying to make it by. They ain't got no idea of what they really want to do with their life. They just trying to make it through life.
Can't do that.
And they ask me what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm thinking I'm struggling my ass off, trying to create something and trying to do something. And every time they talk to me, they're always talking about, oh shit, I wish I could do that. What, you wish you could struggle?
But that's the thing. If you're taking that step to do what you know you can do. Some people just settle and be like, okay, I'm with this person. I got a kid. I'm just going to work this job, try to excel in it for the rest of my life, and just live that family life and just live until I die. That is something I can't do. I can't feel like I have limits on certain things because then I get frustrated. I get upset. Like, I have to feel like whatever I know I can do or whatever I'm doing, and I don't tell anybody what it is, and there's a purpose for it, I got to do it. But if I feel like I'm held back, I don't like it.
Well, that is a part of the process that you'll start to realize it's not. You got to let somebody in. My mama always said this to me, and it wasn't until I had my son that I realized she was right. No man is an island. She say this to me all the time because I used to live my life the same way. I do everything by myself. I wouldn't have a lot of people around me because I don't think I can trust them to see my vision the way I would execute it. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that I want to do myself because I'm the only person I think that can execute it at that speed or at that timing that I want it done. So that's 90% of it. And the one thing as a creative you have to learn is create the process, teach somebody, and walk the fuck away. Realize that that person is going to do the exact same thing you did. They're going to stumble. They're going to don't know what the hell they're going to do. And then they're going to figure it the fuck out. Mm-hmm. Just like you did. The difference is you figured it out. So you think now because you figured it out that every person should be able to figure it out at your speed.
Right.
That's the inconsistency you got to realize. The inconsistency you got to realize is that that person is only there to create. Is only there to assist to what you create. So when you create something now and it's done, the final product's out, you now got to go through a whole other process of teaching that person how you created it. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem for guys like us. We don't have the fucking time or the patience to go through the second process of teaching. Yeah. We want to move on to the next thing and create the next thing rather than actually sitting and taking the step that's necessary. If you want to see it to fruition, sit back, relax, teach somebody, then walk away from it and never have to look back. Right. Lesson of the day. Philosophier. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have motherfucking eaten up a shit ton of time. I know my boy's camera has like got more laughable moments and quotables than like shit than we'll ever have in a while.
No, and it's all terrible and you shut the catch up.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even lie. That muffin top line was the shit. Don't even fucking talk shit. We gonna post that one line and that one post. It's gonna get us 1 million views. I swear to God. Oh. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
But ladies and gentlemen, I'm Saji, and she's the other Saji. We are savage. Do it next time.